The Walk of Shame. What's the walk of shame? Losing. Walking your car. Many thoughts, many feelings. Anger. Pissed off. Wondering what you've just done. How stupid you could have been. Regret. Resentment. The feeling of wanting to travel back in time and not even going. You wished that you had not even gotten your car that morning and traveled to the casino. Many things go through our minds during this walk of shame. Why did I go? What was I chasing? I was up. I never left. The worst is when you're up and you don't leave and you lose everything. The walk of shame. The bitterness, anger, feeling. Like I said, you want to go back in time and then just wish you'd never have went to the casino that day. The number one thing, and I've walked the walk of shame many times, but I mean, visualize this and let me know if this happens to you. You get in your car, okay? You start driving home. You're looking around. You get pissed off at everybody. You get pissed off at the person that's waiting to take your parking spot. Are you leaving right now? You look at them, you give them a dirty look. Not right now, or whatever, right? No, I'm not, but then you are. You really are. Like, what do you want? You're just waiting for me to get out of the parking lot. You know, you give everybody these attitude problems. You're upset. You pull out of the parking lot. You go, you drive, you cut people off. You're angry, you know, people driving. So on and so forth. Many thoughts driving home. How stupid you could have been. What were you chasing? You know, many things that go through our heads when we walk that shameful walk. But the one thing that we wish we could take back is a do-over, meaning not go. Wish you'd never have went, especially when you were never up and you just lost a lot of money. You lost a lot of money. That money you had, now you don't have. Okay? It happens. It's gambling. We took a chance at it. No matter how the odds stacked against the gambler, we took a shot at it. It was our decision to go and gamble. So, I parked a place where there's gardeners all around me. Excuse the noise. Anyway, the one thing that we can use to our advantage with the thoughts and feelings of the walk of shame and the experiences of having that walk of shame is thinking about it, recovering from it, right? Because when you recover from the losses, you're feeling better. You know, you're not feeling bitter, angry, all that stuff goes away. So when next time comes around and you never want to feel that feeling again, ever, that, to your advantage, you can use that and mentally talk yourself out of going and doing that same thing again. You have triggers to go to the casino. You never want to feel that feeling again. Well, you know what? I'm recovered right now. I'm feeling good. I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm not going to do it this time. God, man, come on, really? I know he's trying to do his job, but it's kind of late to be gardening. Anyway, the guy's hard worker. Shouldn't get mad at that. So I let that stop me, that feeling that I had, that disgust, from going and doing the same things. That's why if I go, I take a limited budget because I never want to feel that feeling of losing a lot of money again. You sure? You got to counter that with, hey, you need money to make money, without risking anything. You can't win. No guts, no glory. No risk, no reward. You've heard them all, right? All the sayings. It's true to a certain extent. Without playing, you cannot win. Right? Without betting those big spins, you're probably not going to win those big jackpots. You're probably not going to be in the running for those big hits. But that's okay. Because you're at risk of losing money. Kind of like how life is, You give or take. It's kind of the seesaw battle that we play in our heads all the time with gambling. All right, I'm just going to go there, play a couple of bucks. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to leave. But that never happens. You end up gambling more. There's been so many times where I took money. I took $1,000 and I said to myself, if I go down to 300, I'm going to leave. I'll be okay with it. But what ends up happening to me, I go down to 300, then I go down to 400, then 500, then I want my money back, and then I do the walk of shame. $1,000 gone. So let that stop you. Let that put a curb to the triggers. Again, you're healed. You're not feeling that anymore. That anger and resentment has gone. It's been a while since you've had the walk of shame. But then you start thinking about the walk of fame. Okay? The way winning makes us all feel. Winning is a remedy for a lot of that. Winning makes us think that it's okay. Winning heals a lot of losses, wounds. Hitting those big jackpots, it's just a feeling that, again, it happens very rarely, let me tell you. But when it does happen, it feels good. It's great feeling to win and to walk out with casino money, up money, whatever you want to call it, house money, whatever, your money that you won. They gave it to you, you want it. It's a great feeling, and then nothing replicates that kind of feeling where you have all this disposable cash now to go buy stuff, to pay off some debt, whatever. Make sure you do all that, though. Make sure you don't put it back into the machines. Make sure you invest some of it. Make sure you do something for yourself. Take a trip. Because few and far between this happens, but when it does, be prepared for it. Okay? Don't be like those guys that all of a sudden win and, like I said, walk the shame. A couple of hours later, you had the winnings and you lost it. The longer you're at the casino, the longer you're there, sitting there playing games, the more of a chance that you're going to start losing again. You ever ask yourself, why can't I just have multiple big bonus rounds? Why do I only have one bonus round and then I'm back to even or down a little bit, then I have another bonus round? It's just a seesaw battle. Have you ever noticed that in the beginning you get these bonuses, but then the longer you're there, you cannot buy a bonus anymore? I think it's just by design. I think it's just the probabilities of you hitting something are less and less and less the longer you sit there, and that pretty much guarantees you another walk to the car in shame. So we can, as people that go and play the slot machines, we can somewhat control some of the outcome after a win. Discipline is very important in this. We got to have somewhat of discipline. We got to have somewhat of control. We got to realize the situation, situational awareness. I talk about it all the time. Cutting through all the noise, cutting through all the temptation of the fun. You want to continue the fun, but you're at risk of losing your money. So is it okay for you to get up and leave? Are you happy with it? I call it taking the guarantee. Taking the guarantee money. It's guaranteed. It's there, sitting there waiting for you to press that cash out button. You're up in the credits. It might not be a hand pay. It might be up in the credits. You see that you're up. All it takes is one little action from your finger in your hand to press cash out, walk away. That's all. But we don't do it because we want to play. We want to continue having fun. Those dopamine hits, that feeling of getting those bonuses. The bonus is coming right now. The orbs are high, the piles of diamonds or whatever. I know. It bites me in the ass all the time on hot pots. I'm chasing that triple lantern bonus. I want to feel the feeling of spinning that triple lantern, of hitting it big this time. I want it. It happens to me all the time. No matter how much discipline or control I might say I have, a guy like me that somewhat gets a little easily influenced with big bonuses coming and slot machines and lights and sounds and being in that environment, it's hard. You got to cut through all that BS. You got to cut through the noise, take the guarantee, press that cash out button, because once you do, you took the first step into avoiding that walk of shame. Man, you find yourself just acting very, bad, out of your character when you're leaving the casino after the walk of shame. Like I said, you can't believe you just gave somebody, yelled at somebody or cut somebody off, or yelling at somebody that because they're not walking fast enough on the escalator going to the car. All kinds of things happen. People get in your way. It's like, get out of my way, man. Like, what are you just standing there? Every little thing gets to you because you're upset. But I guarantee you, if you're up, you'd give those same people that are in your way high fives. Yeah, night and day. Let me tell you, night and day. So the point I'm trying to make in this video is we can learn a lot, and we can use that walk of shame for our advantage in the future. Whether it's abstinence from the casino, whether you don't go, whether you take a limited budget this time, whether you say, hey, I don't want to spend $1,500. I don't want to lose $1,500 this time. I'm only going to take $300. You just let those, thoughts and experiences from your last walk of shame influence the lower budget, influence the lower bet amount, the time at the casino. Everything you can use it at your advantage, depending on what your goals are, right? Depending on, you there just to have fun or you're there just to make money. It should never be the latter, ladies and gentlemen. You should never walk into the casino thinking, hey, I'm going to make some money today. That kind of attitude and that kind of mindset gets us in trouble. I've had that. I've lost a lot. Now I go in there just with the mindset of just wanting to have fun. Whatever happens, happens. No expectations. Lately, I haven't been going. I just go with my free play. I just don't have any desire to go and take thousands or whatever. There's got to be somewhat of a guarantee for me. Well, gambling is not guaranteed, but let me know if this makes sense. I want to gamble, but I want to start it off with their free play. Whatever I make on free play, I'm going to play that. If it doesn't work out, I'll take a couple of $100 just to prolong my play, just to make me last a little bit, because I don't want to drive an hour just to go back at the next 10 minutes. Those are the things that I think about when I go to the casino. Why am I going? Do I have some time? Do I want to escape from my job or want some time off for myself? Again, that 50-minute drive, some of you guys live next to a casino. If you live in Vegas, for example, casinos are everywhere you go in Vegas. You should probably, if you're in the neighborhood, the residential areas, you still need to drive, 15 minutes? Maybe 10 minutes to get to any casino on the strip or downtown or whatever. But with us in LA, it's not like that. It's an hour or 50 minutes, depending on where you're at. But for me, it's 50 minutes. So that deters me sometimes from getting up. I don't want to drive. To be honest with you, I hate driving. Like, honestly, I hate driving. So that I use that as an advantage of not going. And also, what else can I do besides gamble? What else can I do to give me that sense of a getaway, but not go to the casino? What else can I do? Because, yeah, sometimes driving that long to be there for a short time, and on top of that to lose money, sometimes doesn't fly with me. So it all depends on your mindset. And again, I'm not the kind of player that wants to go there and just win $40. That doesn't do anything for me either. So what does that mean? Maybe not go. So yeah, it's for me right now. It's all been just free play. The free play proceeds turned into something nice. 2 videos already. 5 weeks. Next week it'll be 6 weeks that I haven't lost $1 gambling. Not because I'm lucky or not because I know what I'm doing. No, because I'm not taking money and gambling my money. I'm just letting the free play proceeds, play, and I'm playing those. So we'll see what happens in the future, guys. So the walk of shame, we've all been there. What are some of the things that you think about? Because the biggest regrets we have is why we even go in the first place. Why did we gamble all that money away? We don't have that money anymore. The money we had, especially if you're gambling paychecks. If you're gambling paychecks and then you lose it and then you got to wait a week or 2 weeks to get caught up again and you're going to be broke for the next 2 weeks, you shouldn't even be at the casino, and I've said this all the time. You shouldn't be gambling. Gambling only for entertainment, only with the funds that you have to blow away. Even that we don't want to do. We'd rather spend the money on things that are tangible, things that we can actually have for ourselves and enjoy, not gamble, right? So it's funny because right now, the way I feel, sure, those exciting jackpots that I watch people win on YouTube and the casino, sure, they're fun to watch, and do I wish that was me one day? Sure, I do. But I know the chances of that happening is very small, and I'm going to be ending up chasing, losing, feeling regret, anger, nervous, and I'm going to probably walk the walk of shame and wish that I never went that day. So I keep all that in mind when these thoughts and triggers come in. I keep that all in mind these days, because coming from high roller status to now this, I don't know. Yeah, if we had an unlimited budget, maybe different story, but we don't. We work hard for our money, and it's hard to lose that money that we worked so hard for. So even if we had the chance to win something big, again, like I always think about this, I can't risk any, without risking my own money, I cannot experience those bonuses. I cannot experience those wins. But let me tell you something. Not going, not losing, okay, is a win in itself. So, hey, right? The walk of shame feelings are gone after a couple weeks. You're home, feeling relaxed, neutral. You don't have those impulses anymore. Those anxious moments, the moments of regret are gone. And how do you feel? You feel pretty good. Sure, winning $3,000 of casino money, taking that and going out with that and shopping with that might be a good feeling too. But the feeling of not losing to gambling, to me, is a better feeling. After all said and done, the feeling of not losing in gambling feels so much better, in my opinion, than what ifs. The what ifs, they're not guaranteed. I always get a phone call They're not guaranteed. The wins are not guaranteed. So there's a chance that you might lose money. A big chance, actually. So anyhow, that's about it for today. The walk of shame. Let that influence you the right way to never repeating that again. So it's hard, but we have a say in this. We have a say in what we do. All right? A big say. We'll talk to you guys next time. Storytime Slots. Thanks for listening to me today. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. What's Monday? I don't know. Be a bad boy on Monday. Monday, Tuesday. We'll see what happens. All right? Talk to you guys. Have a safe weekend. Rock and roll.